Right, okay, good morning. Now, Nissan Juke, it is sunny. That's a rarity for North Wales at the moment. And we have no snow left on Snowdonia Mountains. Whoop. Nope, it's gone. Okay, so here we go, Nissan Juke. This was owned by a lovely lady, Gillian. She's 85. She was, in her day, a very, very talented professional ballerina. But however, unfortunately, her many years of ballerinaing have meant that has resulted in her hip giving way, and her age, of course. So she had this automatic off of us. Now, Gillian's been a customer of mine for nearly 20 years, and she saw this and bought this. 2019, I think. And it's been back here every year for a service. So originally this was supplied by Arnold Clark, I think, from New, and then it was, I'm pretty sure it's only a two-owner car, you see, and then obviously Gillian's had it. So there we go. Right, so let's start off with the condition of the car. So we're looking at the front of the bumper, and I mean, if you're really fussy, there's a mark there. Let's have a look at across the bonnet. Yeah, all pretty good. I can see one little stone chip there and a couple of sort of superficial marks over there. Just looking at the roof and the front glass. Oh, there's the butty lady. Yeah. So passenger side wing. Very good. There's a tiny little car park ding there. If you wanted to be really critical, but this is a 2012 car, obviously with 70,000 miles, so unfortunately we're going to pick a few little marks up, and there's one there and one very minor one there. Alloy wheels, a little bit of scratching and scoring. What's up, young man?
Just some money for the toilet.
Some money for your butties. Okay, anything mechanical we take care of through our PDI and MOT. So don't worry about your mechanical side of things. That's all taken care of. So things like tyres and brakes are all intercepted by us, suspension and things. So we don't really need to spend a lot of time discussing that. There's a couple of scratches here, which I recall happened when Gillian's electric garage roof came down on it when the boot was open. There's one there, and there's some there. I'm afraid that wasn't caused, but I think it was there before. Rear side of the bumper, all good. And then go across the bottom, light scratch here, and we'll look down. Very sort of tiny minor one. We'll look down here for any nasty car park dings. You can see a little fella just there, and some scratching across there. Alloy wheels have all got some marks on them from use, and the front wing is all nice and clear. So into the boot. Remote central locking. It only has one key. It has its partial shelf. You never get a spare wheel these days. Unfortunately, you just get a blowy up thing and a good luck note. My advice to anybody nowadays is to get in the RAC or the AA, because if you do have a flat tyre, they provide a multi-fit wheel for you to get from A to B to get a new tyre. So it doesn't become an issue for you as the owner. Right, okay, so we're in the cab. Now, starting up procedure. Key in. Rub the dash. Tell her she's a good girl. Good girl. Turn the key, and there she goes. So, good Lord. Look at that. Nearly a full tank of petrol. Wow. You'll see it blinkety on there because of the way it records. So, I mean, what? That's still worth quite a lot of money now, really. But, I mean, it was worth even more before. Around about £800, I think that petrol was probably worth. Okay, so we've got electric windows. We've got an automatic window on the driver's side, which goes down as one touch, which is handy. And then the rest will be hold on. So all are working. Back ones are working. And if you can see that one, if I've got the camera pointed at it properly, because I'm trying to bend it around and do it. There we are. That's that. Okay, so no warning lights. Obviously anything like that would be intercepted by us, but there isn't any there anyway. She's never had a problem with this car in all the years she's owned it. So, and you wouldn't normally anyway with a Nissan, to be fair. Traction control can be turned off. Electric mirrors are here and they work. Yep. And light adjustment there if you were to put something heavy in the back. We've got cruise control and radio controls with volume and source, and then also you can connect your phone to it, which is nice. On this side you have got front fog lights, the little fog lights, so they come on, and rear on that side. Wipers, horn, fairly straightforward stuff. Its service history book pack is there with the locking wheel nut. Don't know why we've got locking wheel nuts these days, because nobody steals alloys. It seems to be a pain in the neck, really. So we have a USB port and aux. And do you remember when that used to be called a cigarette lighter? Well, it's not anymore. It's a, what is it, 12 volt adaptation. I was in a Fiat, excuse me, I was in a Fiat the other day, and they had cigarette ashtrays, not only in the front but in the back. But that's Italians for you. They don't care, do they? They love to smoke. Climate control, D mode. I have no idea what that could be. Dumb mode, drive mode, destructive mode. There's all sorts of D's. I'll let you decide. I haven't pushed it just in case it is destructive mode, or detonate mode. It could blow up. Climate control, air conditioning, auto. Obviously, you pick where you want your direction of cold air or heat, etc. And then we have the stereo here, which is good, and that is set on BBC Radio 2, which is a good sign. Means it hasn't been thrashed. If it's Radio 1, it's probably been thrashed. It certainly hasn't been thrashed by Gillian anyway. Ah, right. There is a button on here, actually. I will show you. This is interesting, if you don't already know. So you've got automatic, reverse, some call it race, N for night, D for day driving, L, which is low, right? Low you would use if you were going to tow. Okay, you're not going to tow, so there's no point really knowing about it. D is here. There is a button on the side of these which puts it into sports mode. You get a little S, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that, appear next to the D for dunce. If I push it again, it goes off, and I push it again, it goes on. That is there. Let's say you're going down a B road, you need to overtake a slow moving vehicle, but you don't want to take all day about it. You want to get past them and get back in as quickly as possible. You pop the S on. That will leave the car in gear for a longer period, giving you a fuller range of the power. So that's handy. Now, the only criticism I have ever had of Nissans, and I do like Nissans, I'm a mechanic, have been for nearly 35 years, is they've put the fuel release stupidly next to the bonnet release. So you need to get into the mindset, whether you buy this one or not, if you own a Nissan, or go to buy a Nissan, that you don't pull that, you don't pull that when you mean to pull that, or both, or forget to put the bonnet down should you have pulled it by mistake, okay? So be careful of that, and they are on this side here, and then, oh, I've just closed it. Here's me showing it. And it pops open like so, and you come along and open it, and there's your fuel. Right, but if you've mistakenly pulled your bonnet, then you can end up going down the road with your bonnet open. Now, obviously, it's got the secondary protection lock, but, you know, you still don't want to go down the bonnet with the bonnet on. Okay, right, so hang on, I'm going to show you the engine. Now, there's quite a few things that we do in our garage differently to other garages. One of them is we do the advisories. When I don't even know any garages that do advisories, probably a bit high end. The other thing is we do not jet wash an engine, ever. So you will go to many car dealerships and the engines will, on the same age car, will look like brand new. They'll be gleaming. You'll look at it and you'll think, wow, this has been looked after. No. All that's happened is somebody's come along and sprayed it with an engine degreaser, which is harmful and aesthetic anyway, and then jet washed it to death with high pressured water, which is the most dangerous thing you can do, because believe it or not, this is not a submarine. These are all your electrical components. That is a computer. Now imagine if I got your laptop and stuck it there and said, right, I'm just going to jet wash it. You go, no, don't do it, right? So that's why we don't. It's also a good way to find if the car's had or got any oil or water leaks, because there would be clear evidence of it. So you as the viewer, I mean, most engines leak a little bit of oil, okay? I've been looking at engines every day since I was 14 years old, probably younger. To find one without any seepage from any point when they've done 50, 60,000 miles is a rarity, really, because, again, they're not submarines. But you do get to see if there's anything serious, and obviously there isn't. So, I mean, for example, you can see oil spillage there. Well, that's from where it's been filled up. When it's had its service in, there would have been a bit of a spillage there, and there's your filler anyway. So we go through all these things before you take it away, show you where the screen wash is and how to check the water. But it's not a very old battery. I fitted that 2020. So that battery was replaced on the 17th of March 2020 for Gillian, and it was done for free. So there you go. I'm still living it. So that's the engine. Right, so you can see that we've serviced it over the years, because guess what? There's grease on it, and there's even grease here. We grease everywhere, because we're mechanics and not fitters. It's distinctly different to these days. Most people, as garage owners, are just fitters, not mechanics. When you close a bonnet, drop, never push down. Right, okay. Now, I'm about to send it via that antenna. We have to wait for a pigeon to land on there. It will pick up the signal and it will send it to you wherever you are. But hopefully very soon you will have it. If I've missed anything, please do not hesitate to let me or Sarah know, and I will go back out and have a look. Okay, thank you.